Okay, right, Bafethu. So, before I write this personality profile, I must know if format yakho ninjani, layout yakho ninjani. And with me today is Tisetso. I want to know, where do I start and what is the format?
A format is a structure that your story takes. There will be like a headline and then maybe a blurb. It depends who you write for. Sometimes there's a blurb, sometimes there isn't. And then there's like a lead paragraph, and then there's a body of your article, which is the rest of the story.
Yeah.
And then you will have like a picture, and then you decide where you put the picture in the story. It's best so that you put the picture so that the person in the picture is facing the text. Because if it's facing away, then that's sort of confusing for the reader.
If my subject, my personality replies in a way that I actually don't understand and I don't like, can I change some of the stuff that he said?
No, you can't. You can't. Unfortunately, you have to put down what he said. If he's going on and on about a certain topic and you want to trim it down, you can cut it down, so long as you don't add words or remove words, important words or whatever. You can clean up the quote as well to make it flow properly, but you can't put new stuff in it. Talking
about the structure and the format and the layout, what would you see as an end product? Like, take me through all of that.
You have the headline, which tells you what the story is about or who it is that you're interviewing. It must be concise and straight to the point. Don't use any creative words, no description words, just straight to the point so that people understand what you're talking about. And then there's a blurb, which will introduce the writer and the person that they interview.
So basically, the blurb plays as an introduction.
It plays as an introduction of both the author of the article and the person that they're interviewing.
Thank you very much, Tisetso.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Okay, guys, the journey continues. Come along.
What you need to remember when you're writing a personality profile is that you probably want to do as much research on the person as you possibly can before you even start. So you need to look them up online or in a library, ask other people around town what they know about them, what stories they've heard, because you want to get as much information as possible so that then you can sit down and come up with questions that you're going to ask this person. So you want to try and be creative with your questions, try and think about things that they haven't necessarily been asked 1,000 times before. Once you've got your questions, you can sit down with them and ask them their questions one-on-one. Then all you've got to do is remember their answers. But this is where the hard part comes. You need to remember their answers word for word. You can't put words in their mouth or write down things that they didn't actually say. So everything that they say, you need to remember word for word. Either write it down or record it, whatever you need to do so that you remember it.
And how long do I keep it?
Okay, well, personality profiles can be a little bit longer and a little bit more in depth. I'd keep it to about a page. And then when you're laying it out, have a look over here. When you're laying it out, what you want to do is you need to have a little introduction in the beginning about who you're writing about, a little bit about, what they do, who they are, where they're from. And then you can write down the questions that you asked them and then the answers that they gave. The question that you asked and the answer that they gave. And that's how you can lay it out. Then you want to try get a picture of them, like this one here. Try get a picture of them, all of the group of people that you're writing about.
Cool. Is there another way of doing a personality profile, or is it just...
There is another way of doing it. It's called a narrative. And in that sense, you don't need to write it down as a question and an answer and a question and an answer. You can just include quotes within a longer story about that person. But it's much easier to do question and answer.
Okay guys, so in this mission I had to do a personality profile. It was very hard because I needed to identify my personality first. He needed to be interesting. I needed to have the right questions and the right research in order for me to ask him certain questions. This is mine. I did my headline and my picture and then the questions and his answers. I never edited his answers. All I did was just put them in there as he answered, and yeah, this is what I've learned. And I concluded very well. He's a very, very, very interesting personality. I'm going to go in now and hand this in at Love Life. Please make sure you do your own, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah? Cool. Bye.